Good day, fish tankers. Hope everybody's doing well and all your fish are doing well. Maintenance day here with me, and we're looking at the Nano cube now. It's a little 30 centimeter 1 foot cube, and there is something there that you can see on that Bucephalandra plant, and that's of course black-beard algae, the bane of many aquarists. Now, first thing to get rid of it, you got to control your light. The lights are on here for about 6 hours. You've got to control the food by not overfeeding and by doing partial water changes to see that your nitrates are not spiking. And then sometimes there's still some of it. And there's always a bit of algae in tanks, but these look unsightly and I like to get rid of them. Now, what I would usually tell you, the first go-to would be, after you've done all of those things yourself, I like Siamese algae eaters. They destroy this, but it's only a cube of about 6 gallons, 7 gallons, 27 liters, and the net volume is less because of displacement of a deep substrate, etc. So there is a method how you can remove this if a tank is too small for a Siamese algae eater and you've already done all you could do. And I've done it with some of it on Monday, and today is Thursday. Takes a little while to work, but you see there's some of the other black-beard algae, and you can see the color on it. It's this color that's kind of a pinkish purple, and once it is this color, let's see, there's more of it, that pinkish purple color. And back there at the back, if I can find it, there is some more of it. There you can see it now. That's the kind of color it turns when you treat it. And there's two ways to do it. One is with hydrogen peroxide, but that's probably your cheapest solution, but I've never used that, so I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about another product, another solution that you can use to get rid of a black-beard algae, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that remaining clump. So that once it turns pink, that purplish pink, then the otocinclus that lives in this tank, they will eat it. Your nerite snails or whatever will get rid of it, or it will just fall off and die by itself. But there's a certain product that I use for it. Okay guys, and this is the product. Now, I'm not a Seachem ambassador, I'm not sponsored by them. It's a liquid carbon product. I know you guys in America, Aquarium Co-op also has a product like that and several other brands. I just tried it out with my plants once. It's supposed to be a sort of a supplement or a substitute for CO2. I don't really find it works well like that, but what it does do well, it works very well as an algicide. Now, the thing with this product, I have it lying around, so I might as well, I don't use it regularly. I just use it to spot treat some black-beard algae if and when they occur, when there's no Siamese algae eater around, and I've done what I could with the water parameters. The nitrate in that little cube is about 15 ppm today before a water change, so it's not really a nitrate problem. But the thing with Flourish Excel or any liquid carbon product is you have got to dose it carefully, because you can't overdose it in an aquarium. It's not like hydrogen peroxide that just bubbles off. So first you've got to figure out the dosage, and it says here 5 milliliters per 40 liters of water, your initial dose. And let's say this holds about 20 liters of water after displacement. It gives us 2.5 milliliters. And then to do that, if I use 2 milliliters to spot treat that black-beard algae, we should be well within safe parameters. Now the next question obviously becomes, how am I going to do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some of this liquid carbon out in a little cup. It's just much easier to reach that way. And then I'm going to use one of these little syringes that comes with a lot of your test kits. I always keep them, or you can get them at the pharmacy. And I'm just going to draw 2 milliliters of it into the syringe. That way I can spot treat the black-beard algae, and I'll be sure not to overdose. You just get the air out, and there we have 2 milliliters in the syringe. So now we are sure that we're not going to overdose it. Okay guys, now what I'm going to do here, it's a small tank, so with these nano tanks be careful because you sometimes put your hands in and the water goes all over your desk. So I've took out a couple of liters of water just to get that done, and now I'm going to go stick my hand in here and I'm just going to blow that liquid carbon right over that blackbeard algae, and there we go, just like that, and that should do the trick. But within a couple of days, takes 3 days or so, is tough stuff, the blackbeard algae, but within a couple of days we expect it to become like that, like those, they're turning pinkish, and then it either dies and falls off on its own, or what I find is my ottocinclus, they eat that blackbeard algae as soon as it's dying like that. So that's it. If you have a small nano tank, you've got a spot of blackbeard algae, you've taken care of your lighting and your water conditions, and it's still there, this is a way you can spot treat it if you have some Flourish Excel liquid carbon or another brand of liquid carbon lying around. As I've said, I know as people do the hydrogen peroxide, I haven't tried that myself. I just use this liquid carbon because I have it lying around. And that's what works for me to get small spots of blackbeard algae out of an aquarium. Well, that's it guys. If you've watched this far, please give the channel a thumbs up, a like and a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And until we see each other again, keep taking good care of those domestic denizens of the deep, and happy fish keeping.